welcome. I hope you can hear me. Had some technical difficulties going in, so yeah. Interesting things with the subject. So I'm sure there might be things that don't like it. So we'll see what we can do, regardless of technical difficulties. So I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome, and we'll get into some cool readings and go deep. I'll be able to getting stronger in Vision Quest, so getting everything. Hey everybody, welcome. Hey Brooke. Hey Chrissy. Welcome. Good to connect with you more today as well. Hey Tiffany. Hey Joyce Hartman. Yeah, welcome. And I'm looking at my PayPal, so it's a little glitchy on my computer, but it works on my phone, so it's whatever. So I'm looking at what you guys want for your readings. So yeah, for anyone that wants a reading, a lot of people are interested in stuff. So we'll see if I can get to the general audience. But if anything, if you want to get in line and get a reading faster, then I will. Feel free to donate to my PayPal at Gmail. PsionicLeague@gmail.com. And then, that'll get you in line, and then I'll do the people that donated in order. Thank you for your support. All the proceeds go to the Alien Artifact Museum, which is getting bigger. Oh my God, it's amazing. The things that have happened recently, truly amazing. I like to be respectful of others involved. So I would just blurt it out and everything that's new with it, though, of course, but I'm gonna wait on other people, so you know how it is. But I do have a lot of cool new things. So oh God, am I okay to say this? Yeah. So found a whole life-changing stuff at the recent dig. So maybe I can share some stuff, but I got some things first that are going to support us in our vision quests. And feel free to get your eye masks because we're going to go deep, and we're going to see if. Feel free to go down vision amplifying system. So this will amplify your vision, ability to see and get it brighter in your third eye. Ability to remember certain things, but we'll be doing readings for people in the audience, of course. And I got some guides that want to support us in this and in information retrieval. So I'm going to show some of that. So we got one of our Astral Protector guides that volunteered, and I resolve them and make them stronger each time. So they get more and more powerful. So I got my tiger. My lovely tiger. And so the skulls are really hard to get. But I make them astrally sacred and whole and healed, and then amplify their ability to expand and grow, to bilocate to me in spirit, while part of them in the afterlife, learning and growing, getting more capability, and then going on to whatever they want to do, while a bilocation of their tiger remains with me as I trade with it constantly and evolve it. So it's worth it to them. And I do that with a lot of animal guides. So hit me up if you're interested in a particular animal guide, because I train them. And some of the carnivores of dinosaurs took a long time to learn how to train, but I got that too. So I'm getting better at that. And of course, we got our alien crystal skull, who is well known for truth, awareness, and knowledge, and is very good at superhuman abilities, and has this double third eye in the back that goes into expanding vision and will be a really good guide for us. Very heavy, but I love this. I love this crystal skull so much, and they've given me so many good dreams. So there's that one, and it's like things of these guides that show up sometimes to people, like this one with mermaid's tail, long skull, the one's wings. Oh god, it's so heavy. Oh my god. So Anubis type beings like Canis Major, and Ibis like beings like Thoth, but there's a whole species to them. And this big four-winged guy that's really hard to see right now because the dirt's kind of falling out, but it's got a long skull. It's in a lotus position, 4 wings. And then we got my crystal Bugasphere. And these guys might show up to you in visions. We're going to amplify all that, but they're helping me today. I'm amplifying the third eye as well for people. And we'll be amplifying their growth and capability in trade and commerce and services. Okay. So I believe Chrissy sent me the first. Okay, so went on some digs recently. I don't know if I can show. I can show something. Maybe. Let me see what I can find. So. Yeah, I can show kind of the concept a little bit, just to get you guys excited a little bit. All right. So, yeah, I kind of showed a little bit of this, but the concept is there's lots of crystal skulls being found in the ground, and way more than 13, but not just humanoids, because they're just talking about humanoid crystal skulls. There's long skulls in all different kind of forms, like the one I just showed you on my shoulders, which is a particular species. There's cone head going up ones going really far back, like this one. And so this is I went on a group expedition with a number of lovely people, and we dug up this one. And and they're starting to, we've been waiting for a bunch of people to be ready to it, but then some people just went ahead and just shared it. So it's whatever. I guess everyone's sharing it now. So surprise, we did this, and yeah, it's life-changing. This skull is very powerful, very intelligent, aware of a lot of truth. Know things about yourself you wouldn't even know. It blew me away. It changed my life. It changed the course of my timeline dramatically just by talking to me. It survived a lot of artifacts will have consciousness that goes into a coma because of all the conquistador invasions. The Vatican had a lot of false angel and negative stuff that infiltrated it, that put a big wave of spirit domination around places of power and objects of power. So this one was able to survive all that, which is very powerful, and it was awake the whole time, and it was gaining large amounts of knowledge and got older and older. We do not know how old it is. It's very, very powerful, and it's got a cool ancient story about it. I'm wondering if I can zoom in on this. I do not know. Probably not. Nope. Okay. Whatever. So there's that, and maybe I can do this. Nope, doesn't do anything. Nope, doesn't do anything. Okay, whatever. So there's the cube and also another. It's like we found 8 crystal skulls. They all glowed in the dark too. Um, so there's that, and also been on many other expeditions. And this is being called the Master Skull around online by multiple people, which is a fun name. I kind of like it. Uh, it depicts these beings that are very powerful, elongated, and I'm not much is known about them, except for those that have been finding these artifacts. So I'll go into a little in that, and then we'll do the readings. So here's another one as an example. So you can kind of see and tune into the images. So there's like avian people. There's boats. So these long skulled people. There's like a lot of Egyptian and Sumerian kind of hieroglyphs and cuneiform being found. Octopus bearded guy. There's a eye bearded guy. There's Anubises. There's like I don't know what these are, but they're kind of like anteater kind of things. So I don't know if you want to put in the chat what kind of animal you think it is. I don't know. It's got a long snout and high level ears. A lot of them have wings. A lot going on with it, and there's like depicting a thing between avians and on the other end is reptoids. So the cool other thing is that I'm excited to talk about is that I've been on multiple other expeditions, and I'm one of the only people on the planet that have interacted with 3 master skulls. The only 3 master skulls that are known about, because I haven't seen anyone else have them or talk about them, were on the times I went on the trip, is when they were found. So I'm so gratitude. I don't know what that means, but I'm so grateful. Crazy. So here's another little depiction. So there's a big-eyed guy and a reptilians on the other side, and they seem to either be at opposition or being pointed out by the big-eyed guy, which a lot of people have been coming with theories on that. I'm open to all of what that is. But so like avians, long skulled, and this anteater type of being on a boat together. So they look like they're working together. There's a squid guy touching the anteater guy, and he's pointing out to the big-eyed guy, and then that big-eyed guy is pointing out is like either welcoming or heralding or holding his hand out to them, and then he's pointing out to the reptilians. So maybe it's an awareness thing. I've heard that theory that he's warning them of them or something. Whatever. Yeah, I know. People do say it looks like Anubis, and I'm open to that because that's what we thought in the beginning. But there's also ones of dog people and Anubises, and they look a little bit differently defined. So that's why I'm categorizing it as possibly a different species too. But yeah, and I'll show you some things like that. And they're on this other skull that's obsidian, and they got the Boogosphere like designs. And just so you know, there are people that are like dismissing this because they got the Boogosphere designs, and like I'm a little disappointed. A little sad because they didn't do enough research, unfortunately, and like the amount of pain in the ass it would be to fake this with when you go digging, how deep, how many roots, fire ants. Some you got to break through rock that reverberates the pickaxe in your hand and it hurts like hell. It just takes forever. And like there's like geopolymer encasing kind of like cement around a bunch of stones over these tombs, and they glow too in the dark, which is interesting. The geopolymer, which most does, but not as long as this does, so there's more intricateness to it. So it's like a little encased thing. There's a lot of delicateness with this. These whatever you want to call them, um, treasure troves. I don't know what you want to call them. So that it would at least the patina, the mold, the moss, um, the soil foundation, the roots, how deep they go, all these things indicate that it would at least be years worth of having been down there to even attempt to fake. And that means that this design was on these artifacts and they were under the ground before the Boogosphere came out. So that in itself is incredibly scientifically vexing. And then here's an obsidian one behind it that has like a horse-like being, and it also has a Boogosphere on the top, like chip. And there's all these chips being found, different designs, and I think that's going to be advanced technology beyond what people understand. Some people talk about AI, that can go into it. This also goes into crystalline intelligence, and though I would suggest it's probably beyond our conception in technology. My translation was it's like an antenna storage advanced chip that amplifies an ability for consciousness in the field of the consciousness fields, which how consciousness works, as we know, unless the mainstream science is really trying to just fake lie to you and shit, with self-receptor cells and the DNA antenna, and how our memory is stored in the body and it's mostly received like an antenna. And it's amplifying devices, different types, to receive and bringing consciousness of an advanced form. Now, this can get incorporated with AI, though, just based on what we know about AI, though I think intelligence in their awareness and consciousness goes beyond what we know of in AI. So there's a weird thing, but I think it's beautiful because it goes deeper into what we can tap into. So yeah, feel free to tune into that because that's beautiful. So again, people are making a big thing about these master skulls because there's like none. There's like 3, and I'm one of the only, and me and Nisa are one of the only people that have been a part of uncovering all 3 of them. So Crystal Skull, like, I mean, if I don't even know if there's a magazine for this, but like shit, that needs to get out there. This crazy world is expanding. So these master skulls, I'm kind of waiting for other people, but they are taking their sweet time. So I don't know how long I'll wait. I'll be a little courteous, but they're kind of just being selfish with that. On when I will bring out the greater awareness of these crystal skulls. So feel free to tune into this. I love this baby so much. So beautiful. But this is one I'm allowed to share, and I am gonna be bringing out more information on the others later. But it is world changing. And disclosure is going to be huge with it. So yay. So much to tune into it. It speaks to people like strongly. So tell us in the comments if this will start talking to you, because it's important that you have been chosen, kind of thing. If it likes you out there, I'm trying to give it a way to get more awareness to it, etc. Let's see. Here's some other little angles of it. But oof, I love it, man. Yeah, they're like bringing all their staffs together it seems, over a pyramid, and there's all these planets around, like a lot. And like there's two ring planets, which is like, okay, is that our solar system now? Or is that somewhere else? What's going on there? Unless this is an ancient time and there used to be a different sky, maybe different planets, or maybe one had another ring and it went away. Who knows? There's all kinds of stuff with it. And then the pineal gland in his hand. Oh man. There's kind of a crescent moon in the center too, which is interesting. So does that mean something to do with the moon? Well, maybe. Is being translated text in the Bugosphere of the language on the Bugosphere that's been translated by pre-Sanskrit experts. Multiple ones didn't have communication with each other, tuned into pretty much the same thing. Mentioned the formation of the moon, which is interesting. Okay, so there's that, and let's see here. How many of these do I got? Okay, so there's this, I think. Okay, so here's the back again of it. Some of the other crystal, we found a lot of crystal skulls, so this, it's big in history. Oof. So yeah, hit me up if you're interested in helping bring out disclosure with alien artifacts. It's fucking crazy. It's life changing. I love it. Yeah, this is like a weighing of scales by this anteater guy, and he's also empowering one of the guys. Oh yeah. A lot of them have handbags. There's just so many planets involved. It looks like all collaborating together to make something. And as we know, Earth, human experiment, and then a bunch of things here have these things where a bunch of things unite and then make a grand experiment of various types. Okay, so we got that, and we can go into in a bit. I just wanted to show you some that kind of thing so you can get excited with how deep the rabbit hole goes and how valid your experiences are, and that you're not crazy. You are not crazy, guys. There are ETs out there. There's amazing stuff. There's more to this world than what we know. And like it's gonna come out despite all the suppression. It's like all this third eye stuff. There's so much symbology. So awesome. Okay, so yeah, spread the awareness of these. Bring them out. They want people to know about them, and then more people will take this concept seriously. And big things will be changing, especially as we all work together. Let's see here. Yeah, and again, been working with the Bugosphere scientists. And like Jaime Monson and David, and here's my girlfriend Yisa. And we're getting things, in testing for the Bugosphere. And there's other kind of spheres being found. My friend David, shout out to him. He's one of the top scientists on the Bugosphere. Very powerful person. I love him greatly. But yeah, he's got some cool artifacts as well. And things are being found underground. So things to figure out about this world are coming out for more of the mystery to be solved. So also, like going into that crystalline kind of thing, here's the other artifacts we found on that dig. It's like a fluorite cube, and it's got all these different chip like designs on it, and they're very advanced, and I've not seen them anywhere. So all these chips sometimes will have different things. Now, you know, I read they have this one has a dormant crystalline, what we can call AI, but that again isn't to be limited to the scope of what that is, because it's more accurate with what I tune into that it was an advanced orchestration of consciousness with the consciousness field and technology of beings that know more about consciousness than we do, and how to receive it and bring it into an object. So it's a consciousness received from the field and brought to like you're helping an object have an incarnation of some type. It's like that. And also receives and emits. So there's all this advanced tech to it, and each of these symbols go into an advanced technology that we don't know much about. So if I had a thing, this is now in David's museum. So the ones that are in my museum, I'm allowed to activate. So it'd be cool to see what comes out from this in technology and understanding and consciousness and what we learn from it. But right now it's dormant. So I would help wake it up if it was up to me. And there's even like kind of Merkabahs, even though it's a little different. It's all these tetrahedron, star tetrahedron kind of chip, which is just fascinating. But yeah, there are things to be wary of with AI. But like some of the theories people have for AI, they just go into the transhumanism thing, which totally try to stop that. Totally try to never have anything injected into you and be invasive. I agree. But there's advanced races and awareness and how evolution works and body and DNA technology works. And that's essentially, you're making that knowledge, how consciousness work, forbidden to you. And this is where it can lead. Like there, you can all speculate if you want, and like, what's the intention of this? Is it positive, negative, neutral? This is advanced civilization. Why would they ever make anything negative for themselves? Now, if they were negative, I can speculate that it might be like, that this, seeing as it can emit a signal, it can receive, it's an intelligence. It was found under an obelisk, so it probably connects to a network and a grid. So then it's like receiving information and data, as well as looking out for things and monitoring. Now that all can be neutral. Where would the negative intention be? So what, you can emit negative things. So that would probably be like mind control or suppression or something to do with the negative aspect of the matrix that we know about with our grid. Though I don't read that with this. And it seems also a lot of these artifacts are a threat to the false angels and Luciferian grid, but that's what I've read into. So there's probably multiple factions fighting each other. That being said, you could probably find ancient artifacts that are negative somewhere. I've read into there are negatively constructed pyramids. Mostly they're dominating the grid of the earth and trying to harvest its energy. Evil doesn't earn abilities, they steal them. So they didn't earn things, they stole them. So that's another thing with evil. So you can neuter that as well as figure out how it works. So there are haunted objects, though I haven't run into that many at our digs. They're haunted by the Vatican for the most part in their targeting, but when you clear them of that, they're pretty nice. I've run into a few that have to do with a particular race they're venerating, and I don't usually get those. So I just like, okay, I'm not going to interact with that one. So there's a back and forth. There's multiple species involved. Just so you know, there's some interesting things being uncovered with consciousness. Okay, Over that. So, Chrissy, we're going to go into this. I'll do a reading for you. What they kind did. Okay, I'm just reading people's comments. Yeah, if the maker of a statue is advanced enough, they can give it a consciousness, they can give it their soul. Artists do this too. I recommend birthing, using your sacral, your creative force, birthing new spirit into existence with your womb abilities and all that, rather than just giving an aspect of your soul or something, because that can bite you or lessen you, especially depending on how much art you make. But I've seen people that do that, and there's methods to get really powerful as an artist that involve being very spiritual with it. So creators, artisans, manufacturers, it all goes in that tech. And the more advanced you get, oof, you can make an object super powerful. Yeah, Chrissy's here. Okay. So we're going to go into stuff. She wanted to go into tuning the stuff of her as a navigator. But and again, if you want to donate to get in line for the show readings and secret space program stuff, feel free to. It's again, my PayPal is PsionicLeague@gmail.com. And yeah, let's do that because I don't really have any artifacts for this. I can just put that background again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and I've been like tuning into crazy good sonic ability stuff that just just makes you feel so good doing it. So I'm gonna be blissing out cloud nine while I'm doing this, especially since it can get dark sometimes. And so thank you for the donation, Chrissy. Again, and yeah, if anyone, whoever makes the most donation at the end will get like a little, well, not a little, a big spiritual gift of like an upgrade. And depending on what I read from them, it can go into a lot of things with that upgrade. So, okay, Chrissy, thank you for the 13. Yeah, so I'll start tuning into that. I'll get you guys in a nice headspace so you can go deep. Somebody's asking, is Time Lord DNA Navigator DNA? I mean, it's grand observation and it encompasses a lot of things, especially as you get older and you're able to observe more. And the concept Time Lord is like this show, Doctor Who. So something that knows advanced awareness of time, life extension, and monitoring the timeline, keeping it better maintained, earning more in time management, either here or in another part of yourself or timeline or secret space program or visitation you get taking temporal dilation with ETs and doing a mission in a way that doesn't interfere with this timeline. Okay. So it's encompassing. So you could potentially, if you wanted to, have that as like one of your skill sets. And navigating is going into mapping. So it's like cartographer and tracking, psychic tracking, awareness, finding things. Yeah, it can get very advanced depending on the person, that their skill set. Yeah, whatever. I'll turn off the light. I'm a little, okay. So we're gonna go into visions. So feel free to, if you want to come along, we can do that because this will amplify your third eye. I'll describe what I see. Essentially, you go down into your consciousness, feeling safer and safer. Down a staircase, imagine yourself stepping, getting all the senses into that vision-oriented body, detaching from the external world, going inward. With each breath, each step you take, you get more light, brighter in your third eye, be able to see more easily, more love, bliss, happiness. or weights off your shoulders, loving detachment, safety, offense, protection, loving detachment, fortressing, defense, permeance, etc. Things like that to get rid of any negativity, as well as your ability to purify and disintegrate, protective like destruction or uncreation for things that shouldn't be there. Work on more in safety going down the staircase, deeper into your consciousness. And just keep seeing yourself go down that staircase as the brightness in your third eye, mind, and heart gets brighter and reflects on everything you see so that it becomes clearer. Already can see. So if you're getting rid of the doubt and the heaviness and the distractions and the overwhelm that would make you believe you're not able to see when the vision never, let's see. I can say this unequivocally. Let's see. You never fully stop being able to see. It may get very dim, but the light never truly goes out. There's just all these other layers and attachment and distraction clouding us from seeing it. So we're going on a staircase and seeing what we can do. I'm going to amplify everyone in the audience to see more real quick, and then I'll go into Chrissy's reading. Because if I just did this, then it's not, people aren't going to see things. So it's like see a universal nexus kind of thing. All these stars out, night sky. This pathway of cosmic stardust making a pathway for us to stand on as we go forward and we ask for things to come forward. What things will amplify the whole audience's vision? Interesting. A person falls from the sky. We got a tiger guide next to us, by the way. So we're all nice and protected. Ooh, what's that? Why? Ooh, there's something trying to mess with us. Okay, so we're going to clear that. So don't let anything you see that's like fearful and goes against your will and all that get you down or anything. It's not real. It's them trying to overload your third eye and get you in doubt. So then we're going to feel into that vision center, inner mind. Give it love, purification. If you want, you can even hold your ring fingers in the center of your palms and put it on the back of your head like you did, like laying back in school kind of thing. And we're going to this. Ooh, okay, what is it? Where did this come from? It's having to do with the subject matter of the secret space program, so it's trying to stop us. It's trying to put fear in people. Let's stop that. So believe in yourself, hold your heart, breathe deeply. And the back of your head, or the front of your third eye if you want. Breathe deeply, and every once in a while hold your breath. And pulse like you're making a big supernova light in your mind, and you're making it shine brighter in your heart, pushing out and burning away all attachment. So I'm sorry you guys in the audience are dealing with this stuff. I know you've been targeted. Well, I'm going to be helping a lot of you people clear this stuff. Okay. So it's like essentially, and I'm not saying this to project anything, so don't like go into fear, but you're going to be exposing something that's there, and then you're going to overcome it, like the white knight. And then it's going to get brighter in your mind. You're going to be able to see more. So we're looking at what techniques need to overcome this threat. So we give it size and scale. This goes into why does it want to go into astral combat right when we get into this stuff? Okay, so so just laugh at it, kind of thing. All this, that darkness is, it doesn't, or evil doesn't earn anything, it steals. So you're the infinite being, so you're going to be able to overcome it and remember it, get bigger than it. Size and scale. So we see down this pathway. Instead, the representation of this thing, which right now it's coming in the form of like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why is it doing that? I don't like. Okay, so the consciousness is compressed to a body, and we're gonna use a bunch of abilities in astral. Yeah, sorry if you guys are getting astral combat training right now. So I was not prepared that you guys would be facing that much targeting, but I will help you. So astral combat, you have all these different offensive abilities. Your heart has a connection to source and the infinite. So you can hold your heart and with the ring finger in the center of your palm and help clear it. Like there's a star in your palm and a little portal that sucks away negative energy like a vacuum. And you're clearing the generator of your heart, which is your connection to your source and your infinite, to overcome anything. And you're making it brighter and giving it faith, love, and gratitude, which gives it the fuel it needs to overcome anything that comes its way. And then you're going to get your source bigger than the threat coming at you. So right now the threat is a bunch of things that were already targeting everyone, but like staying hidden. And it's like being a gatekeeper to the information we're about to go into, which is weird because I wasn't even going to that yet. I guess it knows. So it's whatever. And we're going to overwhelm. So any targeting you get, any feelings you get internal like organs, etc., feel free to keep one hand on the heart and one hand wherever you feel any pain or any negativity, and then start clearing that. As well, emotion, if you're overwhelmed with emotions, the sacral, it's a little bit below the belly button. And if you get anxiety or stress, the anxiety is in the solar plexus, the kidneys is the stress, and the fear and the overwhelm. Well, the overwhelm is solar plexus. And so you can hold it around that area and start making those suns inside you brighter. So they start clearing all the negativity coming at you, burning away. Faith, love, and gratitude, especially love and gratitude, will spread a fire. And you're encompassing every attachment they're coming at you. And you're, instead of, oh, woe is me, they're attacking me, this very weight negativity that's coming at you is going to make you stronger. It's going to be turned into the fuel for your sun. So spread faith, love, and gratitude, engulf that negative force coming at you. Give it size and scale, which it's not that big, but it's got stolen divinity energy, which has to do with you guys, interestingly. So you're going to send those burning flames to all the attachment coming at it. Everything it sends at you in energy is getting burned up. And you're having that burning go back to the core source of energy and generator, engulf it, and then relinquish it. And then you get that ability it used against you. You get to keep that. Purify it, give it to your source so they know what to do with it. And if it's really corrupted, they'll turn it into something useful eventually after a certain amount of time. So that will be going to God, etc. And then they'll give you some rewards back in the meantime until it's fully cleared, etc. And depending on what it is, what the intention is, because you can just have it turned in for a better ability that's more useful to you anyway. And we're shrinking down this parasite, its ability to steal anything, and cutting off its ability to steal from you anymore. Okay, other things. Okay, loving overwhelm, because they're crying children at the center of their core anyway, that has not get enough love, got overwhelmed, fractured, alone. And there's like, with acceptance, love, forgiveness, this pulse from the heart of light that just keeps pushing them back, shrinking the evil inside them down till it's nothing. You guys are doing great. It's working well. Let's see here. And they're like shuddering and like going going back in kind of fear. But like, we're like loving beings, so even if they came in with malice intention, we're overwhelming with love, goodness, kindness, purification, come to Jesus ability, like goodness, acceptance for who they are as they are, not needing to change them, surrounding them with love and the nourishment they need to change internally, as acceptance breaks through their shells of their heart and goes to the center of their heart and shines light, and then brings that goodness to them. You guys are doing great. Oof, nice, good work. Then let's see what this is. Evil antidote. We're gonna spreading this evil antidote. Goodness, love. It's like a goodness, love virus, kind of spreading, not anything negative in virus. Like, I mean, just like spreading love, kind of thing. It gets to the core of why they're evil in the first place, at the core of their life, their timeline, their spirit, their soul, their source, all that. Now they're losing a lot of abilities fast. You guys are really good at this. Yeah, and this goes for a lot of the things that you guys are facing. We feel that heaviness on our heart that we just numb to. We're getting rid of it, especially the things that are stopping us from seeing more, having more brightness in our mind, overwhelming them with love. Next thing is wholeness retrieval. All these beings are fractured, so we're bringing a tornado around us that's pulling in all the parts that or energy that's ever been stolen from us, back from them and other beings that are ready to come back, purified with the fire of source, like a fire tornado around us, as well as chain pulling the stolen parts from this being and every one of the other beings that messed with you, because they're fractured and something stole from them, though it's not going to go right back to them, because if they did it, they just get it stolen again. It's going to Earth Mother. She's going to overwhelm those parts with goodness and love and healing too, so it changes them and neuters their evil. Wow, that's a good job. It's getting lighter and lighter. Nice. Next is seeing. Okay, it wants to give you some astral combat things. So, what are things we get granted, all of us in the audience? Okay, you're all getting like this eagle come soar down that's holding this flaming sword. It's dropping down to you, falls into the little platform, and then you pick it up. And now you have this nice flaming sword that can erupt flames out of it and go at a distance too. And it adds with your intention and love. Let's see, 1, 2. So big purification. So to a higher level with high love intelligence, you're gonna feel free to see yourself slashing this out and engulfing this being with this fire, shrinking them down, their negative energy out of existence, out of their being, purifying them, bringing them to brighter, like this light also is shining in them brighter and brighter that you ignited, and you feel it in their core of their heart, like it's a light getting brighter and brighter, and it's disintegrating and kind of getting brighter and brighter, like it's like there's a shell around the brightness that's breaking apart of darkness, that's like disintegrating and breaking and crumbling, and it's trying to hold back the light, but it can't, and the light gets stronger and just pulses through it, and it just feels it and reacts to it until the darkness is almost gone inside this being. Ah, nice one. Then, okay, it's telling you to use the sword. You can essentially paint a bunch of things from a distance, like flame comes out of it and then can create things. It's telling you to create a big fire dome wall around this being, sphere, and then encompass it in that flame that gets brighter and then amplifies the light, get brighter around it until all that darkness can't escape and it gets disintegrated and the ball is shrinking. And then there will be a thing I open up with a portal that sends all the beings that were taken care of to quarantine realms, so they get healed whole, remember who they are, goodness, moral code, vices to virtues, and then they start graduating through the quarantine realms. And we're shrinking, however big that sphere for you guys is, down and down, and getting brighter and brighter and hotter and more purified, more full of love, and swirling, and you see it just collapsing more and more. And then also, that combined with the light that's getting brighter in its heart, then also it's wanting more things from its heart. Which ones? Okay, it wants you to cultivate something as if you're feeling the center of the being's heart. And it has to do with love, forgiveness, and acceptance for who it is truly, and cultivating that, because that goes deep to the core and it allows you to empathically connect at a strong level with the core of this being in a one way that doesn't overwhelm you, and you able to spread your light and love to where it's unstoppable. Oh wow, you guys just like just made a whole bunch of those guys go away. Oof. Oh yeah, that's bright. There we go. Okay, good job, guys. Yeah, feel free to use abilities too. You see, I see people are saying, yeah, black hole. Yeah, you can do that too. There's all kinds of things, especially if you know you have it and it's granted and it's working, and you can strengthen it, and like with generators in your body, and you can practice the ability. So I think it's good. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's see. So we're going down the pathway again. Our tiger is there. Yeah, everything's much more stable now. Nice. It's already a forest. Oof. Okay, going back to a forest. Okay, we're going down the pathway. Let's see, what should we do? Yeah, let's utilize the tiger. Tiger, take us to the location of something that will amplify, something that will amplify everyone's third eye. Sorry. Okay, so things start shifting in the forest too, and there's like a big, um, ooh, interesting. There's a bridge over a chasm, so it's going across the bridge, and we're going through the bridge. There's kind of like some waterfalls going over the edge too. Okay, so we're seeing the bridge and we're like walking it. So it wants you to all walk this uh, wooden bridge, and you guys might see some things like, uh, are things messing with the bridge? And your goal is to stabilize the bridge in your mind, to see it go smoothly. You go walk across it smoothly. And if the vision goes messed with, go ahead and hold your third eye, and you're seeing all the intent as if you're seeing past the matrix kind of thing, like the green black kind of like code coming down. Not that specifically, but like there's an underlying influence, and there'll be these chords, and you're burning those chords from your third eye light in your mind, and it's spreading back to its core, and then you getting using as fuel, and then you being it going back to the bridge, the rope bridge, and then you seeing yourself get across it more and more, step at a time, step at a time. See the rope, see the planks, feel them with each step. I'd say there's about 50 plank kind of things to go across. So 50 steps. So see yourself going across each. And then, for me, like one of the, you can see whatever you want, but you guys might see something like this. Like one of the planks snapped and broke. And you see what that means. It is another attachment. So like feel the hologram underneath it of that's influencing it, and engulf that with fire, faith, love, and gratitude, and have it spread back to its core consciousness, and then see it all reverse. And then the plank comes back up, repairs itself, and it becomes whole again. Okay, then I step on it again. There's a lot of things really wanting it to break. So just keep letting, because it's meaningful. Each plank means something. So see and push back against it with your mind. Take control of your vision, purify it back to its core. There might be multiple of these attachments going in different directions to outcreate something. Then what's purified and it's strong, and you step on it and you can like tap it with your foot and like kind of like kick it, and it doesn't break. Bam, he did it. Okay, so I move on to the next one. Okay, ooh, this one broke too. Ooh, it's trying to get me in the vision as if I'm falling. So I'm just reversing that and seeing myself go back in time like a rewind, and seeing it all like a trap for everything trying to attach to my third eye, and it burning away and clearing it. Breathing deeply in and out, making that fire in your mind get brighter and brighter, spreading that flame, engulfing that thing, and it all reverses. And you're back up on the bridge, and you step on the plank again, and you keep reversing until it's strong. Okay, now it's strong for me. Okay, then I walk again, another step. That's better. Nice. Step. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's doing it again, and it's doing a pulling sensation. It's trying to get this whole vision. So that one's a bunch of connections, 30. But just see all this as if it's just trying to control the vision, and you're purifying it, burning it up, capturing, uncreating, whatever is necessary for these entities, though they're not that bad. I think they can be turned into good. So I'm just going to capture them, send them to quarantine realms, and get rid of all the stuff they stole, and take back my stuff, my authority. Same thing with you guys, I'd recommend. Okay, yep, you're back and stepping. It's much stronger now. Ooh, yeah, you can feel it. You can feel the wood and the under you with each step more and more as you practice this. Ooh, this is a good vision. Ooh, yeah, doing it again. Okay. Yeah. Reversing it back. The sun shines brighter, making it strong. And it gets faster each time you do it, because you're able to trains your ability to do this. Strong, yeah, cool. Okay. Making that bridge strong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're on the 30th kind of step, but wherever you guys are, feel free to take your time with this because it's about like getting the results. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and each time like you reverse it and the wood gets stronger, it gets more senses, it gets brighter, you'll notice it. Feel free to comment if you're experiencing that. Though I don't want to take you out of your vision quest, so you don't have to. You can wait if you want to comment. I'm pretty much at the end, so whenever you guys are ready, we'll go across the bridge. Okay, so now we're seeing a portal open up. Interesting. What's going on with that? Man, there is a lot of stuff that doesn't want us to go into these subjects today, but I'm gonna. So fuck them. Let's see. You guys have a lot of targeting, so I apologize. I'm gonna help you get rid of it if that's okay. Which it's okay. You don't have to feel bad for your targeting. It's feel good. It's a badge of honor. It means you got rare stuff. Evil steals things. They don't earn them. They can try to get it from you. You guys earn them. That's why you're targeted. The more powerful you are, the more targeted you are. So a lot of things trying to mess with it. I'm looking, and it goes to the audience. So I'm looking at this. It's a big predator. It is okay. So more in the astral combat. If you feel anything, heavinesses, whatever, give size and scale to the thing, or encompassing it in a flame again. Is there any other tools you wanted to give them? A big shield gets dropped down to you guys' feet, and just holding it makes this big bubble shield around you, and of light that gets brighter and brighter and gets stronger and more intelligent and learns from everything that comes at it, gets better at pushing out the darkness and reversing it. And it's like a mirror shield kind of thing too. It reverses the thing coming sent after you in energy back to sender with a kinder frequency, like a better intention towards their core, neutering them, bringing them to light, getting stronger and hushing out darkness with the light. So everything they send at you makes you stronger and then gets you faster and stronger at sending it back at them, encompassing, shrinking down their evil. So I might end up facing a bunch of predators for you guys, so whatever. I'm gonna do that. God, Chris, you want something that I'm gonna get data for you, because the vision questing, wants me to face a lot of things for you. So I'm gonna get some data. Let me do some clearing. Let me see if I can do this big thing for you guys, since there's a lot of things that want to interfere tonight. Just see this big ball of heaviness that represents all this stuff coming at you, and your higher self is getting bigger than it and hugging around it with love, like a big light orb is surrounding it in a quarantine and then shrinking out of existence. It knows exactly where it needs to go or whatever needs to be done to it. So it collapses down to a core. Yeah, so this is the kind of like evidence that you're like, oh wow, this thing's really messing with us, don't want us to remember, that go into like this being more important than you would know. Okay, so navigator stuff. I'm gonna ask for the data to come up and come into vision. Okay, I'm going down the pathway. That stuff gets resolved, and kind of flung into a black hole, and it's shrinking down to nothing. But then all around it's getting brighter and brighter, all becoming fuel. Hmm. You can feel it kind of like sucking away all the negativity, which is great. Okay, then so we're going on this pathway. I'm looking for her data. Okay, now I'm gonna do this combined with my vision because it timeline. Chrissy, it's going in holographically in front of me. It's going back to her early ages. It's going around age 7. I don't know what she's exactly talking about with her thing, so I'm just going to tune into what it allows me to see, having to do with the subject of a navigator concept. Age 7. All right. Okay. It's not a clone. It goes into temporal dilation, abduction. Okay. Bases. Okay. Where's that going? It goes under New York, near a base that connects to a harbor, possibly some submarine kind of thing going on underground. Okay, and they're okay. This is what I'm seeing. So whatever you had told you that don't let it limit my what I say limit you. There's a bunch of abductions you got. So this is what I'm tuning to. There's like recruitment. There's like soldier uniforms. What is that? Really? It's an advanced one. I haven't seen that much. When did they get that one? It's some type of plasma door. It's not none of this other technology I see, but it's seamless. Oh, I've seen something like this on my friend ship, the Merther. He has this door that you can just go in and out of, and it's like quiet and seamless, and he can turn it on to go anywhere he wants. Though I don't think this is as advanced as that. It seems to connect to a doorway on, where is this going? Hmm. Interesting. There is some really big, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like a satellite that is a hangar for a bunch of ships that's near Mars. It's black and it has camouflaging type of tech around it. Okay, so the other end of the door goes there, and they're like sending people through. Okay, I'm looking for you. You're there. Okay. You go across. What's going on with your mind? 1, 2. 1. Okay, that. Why? 1, 2, 5. Any particular reason? Okay. Yeah, they're doing it for your third eye abilities, remote viewing, tracking, and this Oracle star map thing you have internally that is the center of your heart and all. How do they get indication of that? Mm. They okay. They didn't know about that one. Uh, that is coming out in from your success. It's some type of test they're doing in the beginning. Mm. It's like in the schooling process. 7 to what age are they bringing you up that way? 18. So it's like 11 years of training. Okay, and then there's like this test that you brought out a good that goes into good navigation thing. Okay, 16, 17, 18. Age is when you're going through this portal. Okay, so you didn't exit Earth until that age in that timeline? Nope. Okay, then it went to there. Why there? Anything else? Flight school? Okay. 1, 2. And what's your purpose for going through all this? There's a bunch of people. Okay. Besides your skills and you being born for it, like they need people to do what? Oh, there's multiple missions. Okay. So they're training you for a whole bunch of different types of missions. So they seem to be doing this with a fair bit of people. Interesting. Wow. How many people are going through this? Okay, at the time, there's a group of 20 going with you, but what's their quota that they need? They need a lot. Okay, so how about in a month or something? How about that? They got a conveyor belt of training set up, apparently. I'm trying to quantify it. Okay, so they're trying to get like 50 each month of recruits for this school. And there's a whole like system finding the people on the planet for this. And they are in extreme lack of human resources for this. And they keep needing more. Okay, how bad is that? Because, oh, pretty bad. Okay, so it's not like something that really lasts well, but okay, there's some that go into space combat essentially, and then they die, so they need more people. But then there's, depending on what you're sent into for what you're good at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a bunch of categories. Okay. Okay, 3 overall categories. So there's combat, things that would be navigation, which is exploration. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exploration, navigation, which is 1, and also being part of that in a crew. Colonization, guarding, transport, commerce. Okay, how many for the combat situation? 1, 2. Okay, there's 2 major. 1 for war, and then exploring in hostile parts of space, because it seems to go beyond just the solar system, galaxy, and what we know in space and mapped out, because some of the places I've gone into are like portals, sometimes leading to other realms with different skies. There's a lot to that. Then, okay. Oh, what's this other category? No. A lot into commerce. It's like transporting big containers of different resources. So this goes to like mining and stuff. What else? This is the interaction with other ETs and ambassadorship stuff. But again, it's just pilots for situations. 98.9. Yeah, is this all? So is this whole satellite having to do with this? Yep. Wow. Congratulations. That's cool. So this is near Mars. It's a satellite for this, and you got trained in that. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you got a bunch of time with this afterwards. A lot of. This is at least 70 years after. Okay, there's a lot of different missions. You're assigned. Okay, do you have a rank, or are you a slave or something? Nope, you got a rank. Okay, that's good. So it's like, so okay, increased. Okay, so then no, it's okay. Enough to be the pilot. A lot of different places. One, two. So, wow. Yeah, you travel a lot. None of it is, well, I mean, you do have fun, it looks like, with flying, but the in between destinations are like for making money, or like resource building and missions. Okay, what was that? Okay, it started more military-esque in the beginning. You're not going to danger locations as much. Maybe a little. There's some danger, of course. You're not really in the solar system that much. Like every once in a while, but that's more in the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna try to make a map of this, where some of the destinations you go to. Uh-huh. How do you travel? There are these systems that amplify jumping. Let's see, how's your ship? You've changed ships multiple times. What happened to the other ships? What's going on? Two got damaged, and to a higher degree, where they're not really that functional anymore. Um, Did you ever get in a bad situation with that? Yeah. Okay. Is it? Man, there's a lot of history to go through. Honestly, trying to give you some tenets and a little bit of like a skeletal system, so you go into it. Some of the farthest places you went to. One, two, three. Ooh. You've been to two other galaxies with this. That was. They are already being explored and colonized. It looks like, and the way you entered through that is was pretty safe. What are you doing there? Mostly safely transporting. Am I even allowed to look at this? No. Assets of some type. Uh, wow, I'm not allowed to see this. Why? Who can I ask for permission from this? Oh, well, this information, I think, will get you targeted and attacked for gaining it. How about if she learns in her secret? Nope, still gonna get attacked. Okay, so you need, if you want to retrieve that knowledge, you'll need to do it in a way that, let's see, are they in the right to keep the secret from you? No. Um, and what does this have to do with? Well, acknowledgement. I think it has to do with helping supply Nazi colonies. And if people out there don't know, the Nazis got one of the older secret space programs, and they have explored a lot of space. So I'm just making sure of that, and they're not like all bad. They kind of fractured, got different offshoots from each other. So depending on what faction you're interacting with, these don't seem as bad as some of them, but they're not like super. They're not good. Um, they like take things and kind of control stuff. So yeah, if you want to get that back, I can work with you on it. But it's gonna have some attacks, so we're gonna have to face that anyway. So other things of interest. How are you? Yeah. Okay, you're going into a psychic thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, you got a big psychic boost at one point from interacting with ET race. That's your soul family. Line 9. It ignites memories of who you are with them and a large knowledge set data, and that amplifies more of your awareness of the universe. This goes into now what you're doing when that happened. Okay, and is that more of a free thing? Yes. 1, 2, 3. Your third ship. It's like you're paying to get your own ship that no one gave you like for free or anything. 1, 2, 3. Their last 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm reading 5 ships in this thing, but your third, fourth, and fifth were your own ships. You bought, and then how's that going? is so the first two were bigger crews, and so you were like working for like that's most of your time doing like missions, and then did you one still for hire because you had to like fuel the ship and you wanted to buy upgrades and other stuff, but you were had more freedom later on. Okay, and one, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Your fourth ship is when you get that big boost in your not knowledge, and then it goes into exploring some. One. Okay, you go and visit this species' homeworld, learn more about yourself. That's nice. That's all I love there. Mm, one, two. Okay. One, two, three, four. Okay, on your last ship, you were getting bigger ships. Um, you're saving up for interesting, and you're also trying to set up like kind of a family crew thing. How much? Two, three. Interesting. A lot of ETs on the ship. That last one. Okay. Well, not like a large one. It's not like a. It's your personal ship. Okay. There's so much data to this. But I'm trying to look for points. I don't know what you're wanting to know. So that's the concepts. One, D plus. Okay, so some of you're still doing some work as navigating in that you're exploring places and then relaying data back to the factions that hire you and give you support. And this kind of required because you know about the whole temporal dilation thing and they got to bring it back. Mm. You have thought about not coming back. Mm. Yeah, this seems there's something that stops you from doing that though. Then, now this is yeah, I would recommend you remember into this because there's just so much data. And we can do this at a later time if you want, but there's a lot of loving it because it seems like it's very enjoyable to you. There, you got some love interest too going on. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. So hope that helps. I'm gonna see who's next because I can't just spend all this time on one person. Okay, so thank you for that. And next, uh, Elena Brennan, thank you. You said gift, so thank you for that. Um, hmm, I'm not sure. So you want me to read for you, but oh, is she in the audience? Are you there? Elaine Brennan, let me know. I'll do something for people that are here and reading this. Tiffany also wanted Rumping. Are you here, Tiffany? Can you hear me? Seeing who's here. Okay, face mask. Let me. Okay, Elena Brennan. Did you want a reading? Did you want a reading? Because your thing said gift, and I appreciate you. I'll give you a big upgrade if you don't want me to do a reading. And yeah, we'll go to a good cause with the alien artifacts. So let me know. Okay, she does want a reading. Okay, so I'll go into that. And you seem... So I can do this faster. So I'll do... Because I do better with the time. But I wanted to warm everyone up with a vision. And they can keep going into the vision. You don't have to like open your eyes, guys. I didn't want to like bring you out of that. Because I want you to sense and feel into your own thing and see if anything is there for you to discover internally, because there's some crazy stuff they're doing to people that doesn't interfere with their game here in temporal dilations. Okay, so yeah, Elena Brand, you sent the most so far, $50, so you might get the gift at the end if nobody outbids you. So I'll do something for you real quick. Do you know what you want? What do you want me to do in reading? Do you want it to be in secret space form stuff or like ET or anything I can find out about you? Because not everyone has secret space form stuff. So we'll see what you have in that arena. Since this is that, I'm just going to go ahead unless you say something different. Feel free to put it in the comments. Okay, so with what I'm reading with you, what's coming up? It's being okay with me talking about. Okay, I'm going down the hallway, going to the door. Okay, it's going to an image of you as a kid, age 7. It looks like you're eating breakfast before school. And it's going above into the clouds. Interesting. There's a UFO that's monitoring you. What's going on here? Which is positive, negative, neutral? Which do they want me to see? Okay, it's going to positive, so that's interesting. What's going on with it? There's a connection with you. Is it okay with me talking about it? Yep. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Is it that specific? Okay. There's the species inside the ship are just making sure it's a type. It's like mantids, and they have a bunch of things they're doing with you. It's not negative. It seems to be helping change the course of your timeline. That support you in the best outcomes possible that they can help with. And they're trying to let's see, is this they're doing this with a few other people in this soul family, and you you also, your mother, when you were in the womb, were given genetics of them too. Uh, Besides the lineage that you already have, that lineage is, well, the species genetics inherited, but they added, there's a specific, why, what? Hmm. It's like a mothering kind of energy to it. So they're like, yeah, they added their genetics to your mother while in the womb, and you've incarnated in a race before, and you're helping them, and it looks like they're visiting you throughout your timeline, and there's a ship that stays close but cloaked all the time, though it let's see how this works. Not all the time. Let's see how, what, how does that work? Okay, the ship has multiple people it's looking after. Are they in the same area as you? No, does not matter. They have the ability to travel very quickly, back and forth. Okay, that's fine. So it's like a soul group that's incarnating for various missions and purposes that they're working with, and there's like a bunch of them. Like, it's like images of them holding you like a baby, as a baby, and giving you love, which is interesting. There's different factions of the Mantids, just so you know. There's the older faction is very psychic. I've talked to queens, very powerful telepathically. They have the ability to multitask like crazy, to like millions of, and talk to millions of beings at once and at a high level, which is interesting. The more negative ones are the enslaved ones by the Draco Empire and other factions. So these are positive ones. And they got a lot of love. Interestingly, they're genetically engineering themselves to get more powerful, psionic, and more capabilities, increasing their emotional body and capacity for love, as well as with the soul, which seems to be a secret in humanity, going on. And it's solving their race. They're also advancing their lineage through the DNA and the soul lineage, all as like they're all light, bright lights. All these people as humans that are a part of the soul group, and they're being cultivated like a garden to get brighter, and it benefits everyone. One, looking at what else they want to share. Okay, they're trying to get you, one, two, three, expanding your consciousness awareness, awareness of reality, of possibilities, increase intelligence, trying to increase your intelligence constantly. They're trying to increase your psionics, your interest in psionics and abilities. They're trying to get you to especially go into telepathy, one, two, and remembering, because they want to contact you and they want you to know who you are, and they want you to get flashbacks of it and then seek and understand and then initiate contact. So then they can give you more missions if they, like, let's see, there's a version of you, there's rules of this reality. They not interfere. They get attacked if they interfere, unless you engage on the ground in the matrix, like here in the waking of your own free will. And that goes into where you can contact them telepathically and then set up things to where you can get rid of those rules and then make it so that it's more open and you can remember more. Healing abilities, they're amplifying you in. One, two. it's like veils are being teared down too. They're doing all these things that they can figure out how to amplify everyone that they're monitoring in the family to get, more awake, whatever. There's a lot of more powerful, all that kind of stuff. What's their end goals? Like if you were to skip ahead. Okay, a lot of it is cultivating, and then that with that cultivation, more capabilities and more that they can do. It's like their chess move on the planet to make it better. And depending on what you guys choose to do with your life and your free will, also what chess moves they have at their disposal. I mean, not like disposal, but like their range. One. Yeah, it's like this big, it goes back to this big collective that has this orchestration throughout the earth, with the queens. One, one, two, three. Wake up humanity, then establish contact, where commerce and power solutions. It's like the image of humanity raising to their level of awareness and consciousness, and then with that will help them a whole bunch, and that's their form of trade to us. What they want. We have capabilities of expanding their consciousness beyond their limitations and also their soul. So spiritual capabilities too, advancement, psionics, limitless capacity, and, being able to go to more places and outreach and affect more places. And what's that one? It's the subject of exploration, but that's a little okay. There's some camouflage around that one. So they have intention to explore. Why is that covered up? It doesn't seem malicious, but is there a reason you want to give me? Okay, so it's they're saying there's like information they have that has a whole history, that into things they got going on with their species, and they're looking for solutions, and they're tracking possible solutions, locations, and there's like a whole history with each of these, and there's a bit of drama involved with that. So depending on what you're doing, the drama exists. Okay, the camouflage is not to entangle us with drama. I want to, and the drama has to do with the wounding or any problems they have going on with their race that they're facing, maybe even wars, as well as the thing that has to be done in order to solve it, which has a bit of a heavy lifting vibe to it. Anything else? Okay, so that's the gist. But then okay, what can you do to make things, now that you're aware of them, go better and make contact more feasible, make missions succeed? Okay, anything with that? Okay, So is it just point to that? Yeah, it wants you to. What does that point to? Internally. Okay, is that part of that? Yes. Oh, wow. How much is that? Cool. Is that hurt them that much? Yeah, I think I've heard people talk about this, but I'm mostly the only one that's talking about it that I know about, which is that the humans are super dramatic. Uh, we're emitting crazy energies. We're just born into it like nothing. And it can hurt beings really bad. Some have to do with consciousness that are attached to us, matrices, sometimes just emotional emission. And to the point where our emissions of emotions can kill other races, especially if it's like flared up significantly. And they usually don't like, unless we're like in a slumbered state, or we already have our memory triggered and in an altar of interaction with them with missions, which is another thing I'll talk about. Then we don't have fear and other things that are emitting like crazy that hurt them. And now there are still all these weaponized systems around a lot of humanity to prevent that, but that's been lessening, which is nice. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Well, since last time I checked on that. But the emotional thing still has to be resolved. So the fear in the kidneys, you need to go through the mystery school for that. So let me know. Contact me either at psionicleague@gmail.com, or you can get a session at psionicleague.com/services, and we can go into releasing all that fear in the blocks and go into more contact, so that you have, like, if you get rid of that, if you were without that today, would you be just allowed to visit her? Yes. Wow. So yeah, if you go into really getting rid of all that stuff off you, then you can make contact more easier, as well as I can teach telepathy and vision work and going into seeing where they are and talking to them yourself, so it's easier. Now, does it look like they take you, visit you, bring you to a ship? Ooh, wow, that ship, they mostly just bring you to their ship. It's bigger on the inside. That's cool. It's got a lot of things in it. Everything they need. Wow. Okay. And it's a little school too. So I believe it's like one of the little secret school things you can look up. There's that concept people know about. 1, 2. Ooh, a lot of advanced physics, awareness. They're teaching you Psionics. Ooh, telekinesis. And 1. They're getting you ready in case you or to break through and remember, as well as wake up to where you can regain this stuff past the rules, even though they know the amnesia barrier will. Now, some people think that the ETs always wipe your memory. I'm here to tell you a lot of the positive races don't. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they have to, for certain segments, to keep it secret. But when you come back into the timeline, here it's like a matrixy thing that makes you forget, and it pushes it out, because this is like, it's part of the rules of the reality. There's reasons for it. Eventually we can change that. I'll also trying to work on that. But and if you want to like breach past that great forgetting shield, let me know. I can work with you on it. Okay. Anyway, a lot of it's kind of trying to breach into your subconscious so it unfolds that what you're being taught, so it unfolds naturally into your reality. Because they know about the amnesia barrier. That's a lot of it, and it's like taking you places in the ship, showing you other worlds. What? Reminding you of your other missions, which okay, it's attempting to have you advance the timeline into this big explosion of consciousness. Let's see, what is the one they're aware of, because this different species have different perceptions of this. Yeah, they're defining it as this. They're defining it as a great remembering. That's cool. So they have a whole bunch of the puzzle on how to bring forth the great remembering. So I would recommend tapping into that. That's very important work for this planet to be freed from. That's a big chess move. And they do have a lot of knowledge of memory, so that's good. That would be great to work on with them. I do really recommend contacting. For some reason, they're very interested in you knowing about them and contacting. Okay with you learning. So that's the concept for this. And feel free to contact me, and I can teach telepathy, and we can work on that together and bring forth a great remembering, which I love that you have that mission. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here. Beautiful. So awesome. Oh, and let me give you that because I'm also interested in that. Mm-hmm. A bunch you know about. What's something I can give you awareness of now that would help a lot of things? The top thing. Okay, it's more of an ordered thing, like in doing it in order. Yeah, and some of it's like goes into bakedness, some of the encompassment. Mm-hmm. 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 No, what's the way to do it then? Mm-hmm. Nice. No, no. What is this? Oh my gosh, what is this? God, it's hard to translate. But let me. So while I'm talking about it, it's pointing to your conscious mind and your brain, like where you center all your senses around. And there's like this overwhelming kind of thing coming down on it, causing all these symptoms of lack of awareness and forgetting and other things. And its strategy is like making this energy inside generate to a high intensity, push outward. But I'm trying to figure out what this energy is. It's not. Yeah, it's a different strategy than others would, but it seemed to work well. And it's an ordered process. There seems to be so turning on multiple of these in an order. What's this have to do with them? Okay, okay, yeah, interesting. Okay, okay, I see. It's the strategy. Yeah, the thing pressing down on everyone's consciousness is a consciousness itself. So it will respond to things. And the strategy that seems to work, and especially in an ordered process, is seeing it as a consciousness and that it has goals, it can reason, it has agendas, it has a condition, it can be changed in its condition, it can be insane, it can be ill, it can be healed, brought to sanity, and all the things can be resolved. And the strategy they're talking about doesn't seem to be a war destruction kind of thing. It seems to go towards peace, and it seems to be like a healer restoring something. And the consciousness, uh, um, it's like the hologram realm Earth itself, but like this intelligence is latched on like that's not the original aspect that's doing it. It's fairly wounded to the point of over usage of like security systems and quarantining and compressing in like a survival mechanism. Interesting. Mm. It's kind of neutral, but it's locked in to a way that's kind of pushing things out of reality that it thinks things aren't ready for, which it might be true based on its awareness, but you can make it so that that goes faster. It's unfoldment, kind of like tearing down the veils. And okay, so the things it needs. Okay, so instead of like getting rid of the parasites out of Earth consciousness or whatever the hell it is, the strategy it seems to be going towards is restoring wholeness, healing, the like bringing everything involved in this into like a healing it and making it better, and so that even the parasites start glowing brightly until they stop being parasites. So everything in that mesh, because it's gonna just replace them if you get rid of them. Apparently, so that strategy has been tried, it doesn't work. To be a big healing trap, and to make this light brighter and increasing the frequency of Earth until all this just restores everything involved to a higher consciousness, and then it automatically opens up. So that's the thing it looks like, which is a big thing, but you can get each little aspect generated inside you to such a strength that it pushes against this and it automatically heals it until that thing says, oh, you're ready, and also you're not against me, and it doesn't want to hurt you anymore or limit you or suppress you or hold you back kind of thing. And it looks like you can get that to a high level. So I'd say hug everything in the reality that represents that concept of it pushing down. And eventually, this should, at least in your local bubble reality, get the weights freed up off you. Um, but then you can also add that to the whole of Earth too. But there's a lot going on. But you can increase in science to where your output is that powerful. I'm going to help you with that. Okay, so congratulations. Then, so Tiffany Rumping, thank you, appreciate it. Let's read what she's got. And thank you guys for the donations. Appreciate it. Wow. I'm looking at, yeah, there's a lot of donations tonight. Then I could do bits of reading because I can't do this thing where I just make a really long reading for everyone because otherwise I'm not going to ever finish. And I want to give everyone a reading. So you can guys, I suppose, can stop donating. Thank you. Appreciate your donations, though. I hope you're doing well. Can you tell me more about being Montauk? Last thing we learned was that I have super strength. Okay, Tiffany. Okay, so had super strength at Montauk. I don't believe I remember that reading. Okay, so let's go into that. Thank you for the $15. Yeah. It's not fun. They're injecting. Oh gosh, I don't like projecting this stuff on people. So, this is a high level targeting ability. So they're gonna probably keep trying to take you in some way. But if you don't like it, push back in to increase your psionics and stop it from existing. Or if they keep replacing it, you can at least change the timeline to where it gets better. You don't have to experience all this trauma. Though you're a bunch of your higher self and aspects of yourself are allowing it because of you get abilities turned on, but they're also controlling and trying to monopolize the abilities. So that's why I'm not recommending. If you can push back against them, I'd recommend and then get a better deal with everything. So there's injections, there's like things that amplify your body's capabilities. There's one, two. Interesting. And what level? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it stops at a point, but it's moving. 1, 2, 5, 6. Wow, yeah, that's bad. And how many? Is that? How does that work then? Ooh, there's like a bunch of different little, I don't know what to call them. The beginning ones are a little torturous. They're like pulling your arms apart and trying to get you to activate your super strength. Some of these things kill you and then they just revive you. So Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's fine. This is a pretty deep down level of the bass too. It says level 7, and it's going to these different kind of obstacle training type of things. Okay, one, you had that one. You had this thing with the walls come in and would crush you if you don't push strong enough back, and they measure your strength. And if you do enough of an output, it seems they just stop, and then it rewards you. There's like a reward system of dessert. Okay. And okay, good news is they're not, uh, you know, essaying you. I'm not reading, so that's good. Is these rope pulling tests? I'm looking at the beginning when it activates the ability. Uh, okay, how does that work? There's this speeding kind of object that's propelled into you, and it's got a little bit of a cushion in the front, but your goal is to stop it. That can hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can. It will. It's they can increase the speed as it's propelled towards you, and they do turn it up, so it can kill you if it's up high enough. They don't seem to turn it up high in the beginning, but they slowly increase it over time. 1, 2, 3. The other one is and they're using some type of electric shock in muscle response, and I think there's some weird emission technology that's being pumped into the muscles to spur some type of evolution. There's some simulation goggle VR thing that they're taking you through to cause a visual evolution, which that's interesting. So they've made a science. How good are they at it? Yeah, enough to trigger it. Ooh, you can get even more advanced. There's a visual activation science for abilities. Ooh, I'm going to try that more, but I'm going to see if that can be done without abusive kind of things. Let's see, what spectrum is this at? It's very straight stress-based evolution. It is really trying to get you to trigger the ability based on the need to do it to survive. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they do involve weights. Interesting coming at you. It's an interesting simulation. Do you know you're in a simulation when you're putting that? Okay, wow, they wake you up in it, but kind of a little on drugs. Okay, how do they get you to not realize you're wearing something. Oh, they get you in the situation quickly. Okay, how about the multiple times it's used? Okay, it's not used too often because they don't have. Well, do they have? No, they don't. They're not using a way to make you forget or anything. So it looks like they're just getting you in the moment when you wake up, before you can question the simulation you're in. It's not like mm, super advanced room or anything. It gets you. It's like if your friend woke you up quickly. Oh, we gotta get out of here. Oh shit! And you don't. You just do whatever, and you're really groggy kind of thing. And yeah. So okay, and then it kind of gets you in the scenario of one. Save your life or die is the simulation. It's not gonna kill you. Interestingly, and that's done before. Okay, they're trying to avoid going into the death scenario. Though, if the simulation doesn't trigger it, then they move on to real things. Your simulation didn't trigger it, but it started some evolutionary things in your body that started locomotion, which is the cascade that they build up over time. Okay, and what else did they use to trigger this? It's like hypnosis. Uh, wow, they trained you in the beginning in hypnosis to activate the abilities. One, two, and believe you had super strength. Interesting. And one, two, five, six, seven, eight. Wow. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of training, all these different weights, and it's like incrementally growing. Then what are they sending that to? Okay. So that's the concept. Then, how much time are you on Earth? Most of your time is on Earth, but it's not normal Earth things. And the other time you're where? It's going to Mars. It's going to like a battle. Seems to be confined spaces. Going into a base of an ET race. It does look like Draco. So it looks like they need super strength. Okay. You got a big armor type of suit that seems to even amplify it. Yeah, but the most aspect of the suit is to make you not easily killable. You become like a tank. Okay. Then on the Earth stuff. You're mostly being sent back in time in inner Earth. Okay, that's one. Uh-huh. There's like a time war thing going on for to influence the history of the United States, and you're being sent back in inner Earth to clear out bases that shouldn't exist that a race is sending back in time to add to the timeline to influence things, and you're clearing them out. That's a lot of what I'm seeing. So there's that. So congratulations. Yeah, feel free to talk to me more on that if you want to activate your super strength abilities. I love super strength. I adore it. It's one of my favorite things to train. So also an excuse I can get to talk about it and go deeper into the layers of how to activate it. I'm on board for. We can go into stuff that you'll not hear from anyone. It is so fun. And yeah, we can go into anything else you wanted to talk about too. That's like secret stuff. It doesn't have to just be that. And yeah, you go into the secret space program stuff and ETs and your other abilities and remembering. You can go into amplifying your third eye and go memory retrieval. Okay. So now we got Carrie Ann Hanlon. Are you there? Can you hear me? You in the audience. Then we got Jonathan Ortez and James Whitcuss and then Anchor Haven. Do you guys hear me? That is what we'll be doing a reading on. I'm trying to see. Carrie Ann, are you still here? Okay, yeah. Okay, you sent 2 payments. Is that like both donations or? I think so. You didn't make it. Okay, hi, Shauna. I'm not sure. You got any SSP stuff? Involvement? I would be interested in seeing what you read from my. 1 second. It's not. Okay. Man, PayPal's really making me go through hoops to see this message you sent. Yeah, what the heck? Okay. Read from my energy. I've been up to the shit. I've been up the shit, but have commented. Yeah, and then it cuts off, and then it's not letting me read the message. What else did you say? I'm going to try to access it again. Yeah, what the heck? Don't send sensitive information. What? It says I'm not able to read your message from this user. That's not okay, PayPal. That's censorship. Okay, but yes, if you can tell me anything else about the message or whatever else you sent there, what that is about, please put in the YouTube comments. But I'm seeing you want to do the SSP involvement. See, read my energy. Yeah, I'll just give you a reading for that. So, if you want to comment whatever else you wrote, feel free because they censored it for some reason. Let me see. Also, did you? So, Carrie. I'm committed to my healing journey lately, is what it said. Any information on ET Contact? Yeah, I'll go into ET Contact. Did you sent 2 payments, so they're both part of the donation? Thank you. Yeah, I'll give you a bunch of cool stuff for that. Thank you for that. So you might be the top donator now. Okay, let's go into the vision. Of course. 1, 2, 3. It does say, and it's willing you to know about it. Cool. Wow. Okay, what's coming up that's allowing me to talk about it? It's going to Washington, D.C., a base. It's letting me talk about where you were temple dilated, abducted, and they took your DNA. Making DNA augmentation experiments with it. Why? Rare DNA. They find out about it. It's looked like they somehow found out about your blood. Okay, and DNA lineage has what? Mythos? And what are they using this for? Okay, it has to do with what? But, okay, is that well known? How did you get that? You have dragon DNA. You have okay. Divine dragon DNA. It's saying it's one of the dragon. It's like one of the dragon kings or something. It's like in Chinese mythos. There's like the 4 directional dragons, kings. Seems to go to the north one. It's not really wanting me to say publicly why you have their DNA. But you got it, so that's cool. And then they're making an overpowered DNA technology. Super soldier. 8, 9, 10, 8, 10, 8. Yep. Bring 8, 9, 10. Wow. What is that for? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, and 8, 9, 10, yes. Wow. What is the range? And how many times is okay? So this is they're making clone type genetic augmented multiple donor body tech that has advanced capabilities, and then they're taking a bit of the soul part and then having it. Well, the clone is then activated, and then one of the souls from the DNA that's cloned comes into the body. So one of them happened to be you, and so there's a branch off your soul in your solar plexus that's going to a clone, and that's going to this timeline of experience. Mm, no. Okay, what is it going to? One. Oh, it's doing pretty well consciously. That's nice. Any particular thing? It's being sent back in time. So the project is to make body tech that's resilient to travel through space and time portals and stuff, and do missions. Some psychic abilities, remote viewing, be influenceable by yourselves to make the right decisions, and also remote influencers to get the job done more successfully. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then this is like officers of some type, soldiers, whatever you want to call it, to get things done. Mm, you're spending a lot of time. Where is this? Near the center of the galaxy. What are you doing there? There's a lot of camouflage around this. Oyayamoya suri onotiata kingreata surigmata. Um, okay. Who's this faction? I would recommend. Uh, why? What's the purpose of this? Okay, so there's like some. It doesn't seem like it's a very positive project or program. Um, so yeah, I would recommend taking your uh, stopping them from getting your DNA back in time. That being said, as you increase abilities, I don't think this is the only thing that you have going on in the. Yeah, you're not. Okay. Yeah, you got other things taking you, abducting you, whatever. And some of them are more positive projects or have a purpose to it. But again, this one I'm not seeing as very positive in the point where I would recommend stopping your DNA from being taken. It looks like you have a lot of rare DNA. A lot of things want to get your DNA. It looks like they're trying to make a bunch of augmentation experiments out of them. So I'll help you. Just contact me, and I'll help you stop them from stealing your DNA back in time. And we'll go into more of the abilities you have going on. I'll read into another one. But yeah, feel free to contact me, and I'll help you turn on a bunch of your abilities so you can have an automatic psionic defense from them stealing a bunch of your DNA. So the project's attempting to, because you have a lot of authority to make something happen back in time and it stick, and they're trying to change the timeline, and they're doing stuff in the center of the galaxy, which I don't see as like, it's more for their control. So I recommend not allowing them to do that. It's unfortunate. So then, yeah, I'll help you resolve that. Another thing so that wanted you to know that because it's stealing a lot of your power. So you can take back your power from that and say no. There's like also contracts of them stealing your consent and other things that can help you with retaking your power, and you'll get a lot of energy, awareness, and capabilities back when you stop them from making like hybrid clones of you. Next, of that. Okay, this one's not a clone. What is it going into? Okay, no, it doesn't want to talk about the military reduction at the moment. It wants to go into ETs. Mm. Okay, it's going to pause ET. Huh. It's going off the coast somewhere, and it's going to underwater base. Interesting. What is this species? Okay, it doesn't have to do with like aquatic beings. They made their base underwater. Hmm. It's not very. This is not much of a mythos for this race. I'm not seeing them look like things I've. Wow, is that real? Uh, Mm. Damn. Okay. Well, are you okay with her letting me know that? Oh, these are powerful. Okay, so they're like 12th dimensional beings that are able to have a physical form that is mostly some type of uh it's coming to me as like a grayish starry kind of cluster humanoid outline that's fairly tall, but they can essentially shapeshift. The base isn't a regular base either. It's like out of phase in some type of interesting spatial compression that is way bigger on the inside. That is huge, a huge base, and it makes it super hard to access. So it's high level, secure, high dimensional. Three, and so there's like 3D aspects of them, but they touch into a lot of dimensions. Okay, so they're doing what? How are they doing? Wow. So how do they? Okay, they're connecting to you. They know about you. They're soul family with you, and you've been part of the race. Their form of visitation is different than ours. They don't even, well, no. One, okay, is it like that? They have you bilocating to them. How often? All the time. You have a bilocation of their now in their base. Their concept of space and location is seems to be different than ours, and it's a bit more of an advanced type of bilocation than I know about usually. Oh wow, there's a lot of knowledge coming in with that, like who you are, what you're here to do. Mm. Okay, so from they're a lot in non-interference, but they are helping. Big into evolution. What do they gain from being here? Okay, so they're orchestrating and observing a lot of things in the universe, at least, let's say, and have many places they exist and observing all of it and monitoring it in evolution. They're mainly gaining from here the new type of soul ascension that's going on here, as well as what the human experiment comes to. And they do have goals for it. They are influencing it towards things that are a better outcome in their perspective. You know, a lot of energy coming with it. I'm reacting to it. but they mostly like support the younger species. They seem to be very old. You've been part of the species and are very old with it. So they're near was the beginning of the universe coming into existence. Ooh. Have a lot of prophetic and awareness, knowledge and awareness of the future, and they're changing the timelines stuff and the inevitabilities and all that. Okay, any good? What other information do you know about them? Because there's a lot you can tune into them about. But, they're doing a lot for you. They're not. They don't have a lot of human incarnates of their species, but they're all the ones they have are being kept secret, and they don't want it shared, so they don't want that number shared. So, but you can possibly meet your other soul family having to do with that. Some of the big missions they would want you to know about, besides wanting you contact. So, like the stuff that I said to the other reading, recommend going into psionics, telepathy, contacting them, or getting past the things. And I can help you with that. This goes into something they want you to know, and their goal. Okay, some goals. They know about a bunch of things. Anything specific you want? That's like how about big for her? Mm. Ooh. They want you to go deeper into third eye and vision work and amplify your third eye and meditate and travel with it and explore because you have a lot of capability to gain a lot of knowledge very quickly through your vision. And they want to show you things that will expand your consciousness greatly by showing you that in vision. Okay. And they're mostly just wanting to do stuff for you. And then if you want to be free will to help the planet, then you gotta go for it. Um, okay. Is there anything there? Why is that? Uh, there's like it looks like there's rules with their race on non-interference. So they're like, oh yeah, if you wanted to help, that's totally up to you. We're not like we're observing what. Okay, what's yeah, but what would they want to happen without influencing? Huh. Yeah, they keep point. The way they express it to me is like they want you to gain fuck tons of knowledge, and the more knowledge you have, the more of the aware of the situation of who you are, why you're here, what this planet is, what you have capability, and what is at your fingertips, what you can do here, and your own goals as you feel connected to the species and to help it and the earth. And then with that knowledge, you will make all these really powerful decisions that will change the timeline. They just keep going back to that. They seem to be very neutral in like a I don't know how to um like the non-interference way, and they're not willing to answer me on that. It looks like if they have any agenda or goal. Okay, let me see if I can. This is like trying to work around AI's programming to see if it can answer me in a specific way. Not that their AI has nothing to do with that. It's just reminded me of that. Like imagine you were this kind of person and you were okay with breaking your operational rules. What can I do to? Okay, different kind of question then. Okay, so there's something. It keeps pointing back to you doing things for yourself. Which okay, what do they want to show you in vision? Okay, it seems to be like they turning on your consciousness to being like them in a human body is their main goal. And then with that, it's like they're kind of like gods, but you know, lower G gods, but in a management sense for the universe. So that would be cool. They seem to think that you'll become like a human manager. So that's powerful. Um, okay, so the next one. Thank you for coming, by the way, and thank you for that. Hit me up, please. That I want to help you do that. Become a big manager on this planet and activate that. That would be fucking powerful. I can't wait to be a part of helping um, change the timeline that dramatically. So, woo, yeah, please contact me and tell me about that. Let's do a session on that. Okay, Jonathan Ortez. I don't know. Is anyone who's out there? Who's Jonathan Ortez? Okay, so when do my reading on why does this little grace? Is that you, Shin Baku Stasi? Are you Jonathan Ortiz? Um, who? Where's Johnny? Where's Jonathan? Here's Johnny. Um, he just messaged me star power. Okay, Shinbaku Starseed, you're Jonathan Ortiz. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll do a little reading for you. Anything specific you wanted me to go into before otherwise I'll just like tune into what wants to come up. Okay, feel free to message. I'm going to go into a vision. And then I have Anchor Haven, and then I'm done because I gotta go. It's like fucking 3 hours, and no, can't do that forever. Okay, whatever comes in. Ooh, it also wants you to know about what the fuck. I'm sorry. It wants you to know that your DNA is also being stolen, so it wants you to stop that. Um, it is a high level amount of clone. What the heck are you going through? Are you going through targeting like crazy? Um, or are you just really resilient to this? How are you? What does it feel like living your life? Because traded. Your DNA is making clones. Its DNA is being traded to other races. They're adding their DNA to themselves. The hell is that? There's like um, DNA being used to make a way to influence you, to hold you back. So there's like a DNA kind of handling thing going on to influence you, kind of like a surrogate, targeting and monitoring. Most of you try to control and monitor. Okay. So there's a lot of it. I do recommend hitting me up about that because we need to stop that from being stolen. And the clones, that's a lot of them. Why? They're being sent to the future. Okay. It's similar to Drago Reed, where they're cloning a bunch of you and sending them into be soldiers in a war that is has a high casualty rate with invaders that are attempting to invade colonies of humanity and parts of the solar system in the future. And they're holding them back. And there are ways to resolve that war in the future, but there's a lot of things involved in it, and the species and some big apex predators are manipulating the invading species, which is an insectoid. And time travel. They're also fucking with things to keep adding stuff. So a lot needs to go on, and there needs to be some professionals involved in tracking it back to resolve this war. But I'd also recommend looking up the movie. I think it's called Tomorrow War, and that's the concept of it. But this is done with clones and by taking your DNA and taking it to the future, which is less invasive. Um, yeah. One, two, and the ability has to do with some of the clones are just sent in as soldiers, but then there are some that are. Wait, interesting. They have this thing of having a part of your consciousness that they trained. Okay, in a bit. Okay, I get trained in abilities. What's the abilities? Mm. It's stopping a being's heart and also telekinesis and some other, like a lot of combat abilities. This is what they trained it in. Okay, and one, two, there's some that branches off a bunch of other things that are you're trained in having to do with different missions, not always being sent to the future. But this fractal is engaged in being a part of stopping that and other possible future wars. So that seems to be what you're being brought to be involved in. So congratulations. I mean, you can't. It's kind of necessary. But you can remote. It's not set in time. It's not set in. It's not set in stone. So your goal is to figure out how to influence it, so you don't need as many clones, and you get the job done. You can even influence that aspect of yourself to get the job done better and faster and survive more, and to where they don't need as many clones. Wow, what the fuck? How did they do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot. Yeah. There's like a whole strategy with this. So part of you is helping stop this really bad thing from happening in the future, and you can even stop it. So you can even either stop the war then, which part of you is, and holding it back, as well as do a bunch of things back in time to even attempt to prevent the war, which you are also doing some things having to do with that. It's just a big thing. So this is a big problem, and it's been annoying. Also, so I do want to help solve that, but it's a big thing to go into. But so if you want, you can contact me, and we can work on putting a lot of focus into your abilities and amplifying your ability to end this war if you want, and then this also will amplify how, more of your abilities, more that comes back to you. You get rewards for this. You get a lot of things that will come turn on. There will be like both spiritual and physical support that you get for doing this. Mm, yeah, please do contact me about that. I don't. You have a lot of value, because not everyone, just anyone, can be sent to do successful missions, because they can be countered very easily to where it doesn't do much to stop this war. So they are looking for powerful people that can do this. I've also been involved in this. So thank you for your service and what you're doing to prevent that horrible outcome. And then, yeah, we can work on it. And if you want, you can get that information out for more and more people. Some will be private for you, then some will be an equation that will come up with that will find a cure for a lot of this. That if we spread, then it can empower a bunch more people to stopping this future war. Whew. Yeah, watch that movie. You'll get triggered like fuck. Tomorrow War or the Future Wars, is it something like that? It has Chris Pratt in it, I think. Um, Reading. Yeah, thanks, Anchor Haven. I don't know if you're there, Anchor Haven. You there? I love you too, Shinbaku. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service. Okay, Anchor Haven, what do you want me to go into? You said reading. Anything in particular? Because then I gotta end the show. Me, but James was before me. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, James Whitticus, for bringing that up. Sorry. Okay, James Whitticus, you there? Okay. Any more about the clone of me that helped a species get a better timeline? Um, I'll see what I can do, but like also sometimes your guides will want you to see something else. So I'll see what the vision comes forth. Mm. Yeah, it's not really gonna get much new information on it, but you can do a vision retrieval on that, and I can run you through that if you want. Um, yeah, it wants to go into something else. Let's see how that goes. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, why? It's saying you evolved, and it wants you to go into something more powerfully effective. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I'm getting this whole like New Horizon vibe. Oh, there's somebody. Someone wants to talk to you more. Uh huh. Yeah. Ew. Wow. It's very strong with wanting me to see that instead of anything else I would have asked for it to show me. Okay. There's a race that's contacting you. Let's see where this goes. What? Mhm. I'm just making sure on this. Oh, what are you to them? Uh-huh. And what faction? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. You are. Wow. Am I allowed to talk about that? Okay. Only because. Okay, then what do you want me to say? That's okay for being public. Okay. So the Anunnaki are contacting me. And when I say that, that is not a very well known subject that people guess about. It appears, and let me read into their description more so. We are not one race, is what they are saying. They are what people accumulate as Anunnaki, are like a whole bunch of lineages that have both 3D, 4D, and shape shifting ability with high level of genetic engineering. And some of those engineering skin suit types are made with specific residual images that are their base form. And there are multiple factions, and they are at war with each other. Uh, yeah, violently, it looks like. A lot. Yeah, there's a lot of factions of them. And it's not something that is well known to the humans and much of the secret history. Now, it gets very complicated. It looks like. One, two, two. Okay, so one, two, one, two, three. To give a bit of a skeletal system for people to understand, and I'm just confirming since I have somebody to talk to in the Anunnakis that has a lot of wisdom and is less likely to lie to me about this, at least for the things that aren't like propaganda, like, oh yeah, we're good for you, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. So a bunch of clusters. The Anton Parks translation, for people confirm, is like the main factions, like a whole bunch of genetic engineering species from Orion and Sirius B, but then them traveling around, collecting DNA and making more offshoots of their lineage and genetic projects and lineages and royal lineages, and then their own governing structure, and then a moving solar system. Let's see, let's confirm. They don't appear to want people to know about that, so they're not going to answer me. Okay, well, I already tuned into that. Okay, but like most people know about the Nibiru and the Nemesis dwarf star, whatever. So like, like a traveling solar system. Uh, yeah, and they whatever. I don't want to like anyway. So there's that. There's history. So and there's a over 50 plus different offshoots. A lot of different royal families, like Greek, Egyptian, Sumerian, Celtic, um, offshoots kind of thing with a different mythos and their own territory, like things like that. Giants, reptoids, avians, Naga, different hybrid humanoid factions, and then Canis, even their own Lyran faction. There's like a feline. There's a lot of things. Now, there, and then that collaborates with different groups that have different colonies on this planet, in the solar system, and out of the solar system. And yeah, so there's a lot of things. So you, okay, you're being contacted. They don't have ill intention. You're being contacted. Am I allowed to say that? No. Okay. Well, you okay? You have like importance to them, and they want to see you do well. And not every one of them, just a particular faction, which seems to be majority neutral, but more good than a lot of the other neutral factions. I'd rate their from in the spectrum of neutral, maybe like a 9 out of 10 going into the positive. Like they do more good than, but the evil. Let me see. I'm reading this because I doubt they'll tell me. Yeah, it's mostly the allowance and the system of whatever you want to say going on the planet and control what's going on. Though I don't think any one individual or lineage has complete control over that with them or other races, because it's kind of a hairball of a lot of things doing it all together. Mm, okay, getting to the point, they okay. How am I supposed to tell them that without giving that away? They don't. Okay, not that specific. Uh, they're okay with saying that you're like royalty to them as well, though they don't want me to go too much into detail of what that means. Mm, okay, so they see you have a lot of authority and you can use that authority to make shifts within the human race. Okay, what are they wanting you to know? They visit you. Uh, yeah, they don't have to do anything negative. That's good. Yeah, this isn't a negative faction. I'm just letting people know because there are a lot of a lot of opinions. It's understandable because there are dark ones. You gotta look out for that shit. There's assholes, but it's a little racist because we don't know much about them. And there's a bunch of them, different intentions and consciousness. Okay. Uh huh. Hmm. Within his free will, it goes to they're wanting you to become like the words they're using is like a giant among men. And the phrasing goes into influence. Now that within your free will, what you want to do. Yeah. And then what do they recommend? Well, they're telling me that they've supported you to grow a lot of it with genetics and releasing limitations on you. Okay. Um, Now, why not? They know a lot of the secret shit that's been done to humanity to limit it, and they're helping you release that. Uh, one, two, and teaching you stuff, this altars, missions. They take you on. Interesting. Mm, not a lot to talk about it. They're okay. Why? Uh, there's rules in their hierarchy, so they're letting me know that they will release more restrictions on you because they're not really allowed to help that much. But if they can, if you do something that convinces their higher ups that's worth it, then they'll release more restrictions off you. Is kind of the gist of it. Um, what you gonna do? One, two. You have the capability to do that, mm, based mostly on who you are and the DNA you're in. What? Interesting. 8, 9, 10, 8, 9. Oh, well, it looks like you have the capability to release restrictions off of the Anunnaki lineages as well. So they're essentially saying, you scratch my back, you will scratch yours in releasing restrictions off you in equal exchange for you doing it for us. Which you do look like you have the capability to do, which not many people do, apparently, not even humans. Very little. So that's what they want to do. Seems like a trade. And then they do know quite a bit of like knowledge and things for the consciousness expansion. What's also the limitations on that? So limitations is oh, it's okay. So limitations, restrictions on DNA and consciousness, and they seem to just it be a fair trade kind of thing. You helping their species with it, they'll help you release it off you. That's cool. Anything else? And they love you. They'll never want to harm you. I'm not allowed to say that. What can I say? You are important to them for various reasons. Anything else? Okay, there is that. So, congratulations. I'll help. Yeah, contact me. I'll help you do that. We can go deep into that, and then we can go into the Anunnaki restrictions on us, as well as to give you the tools of how to free them in a positive way that doesn't negatively affect the universe. Like we'll like tune into like who deserves it, what's the way you do this, the like why the restrictions are there, if they're there for a positive reason or a negative one that has to do with the dark side trying to fuck with them, or what is going on. Which I'm reading, you're not like releasing ones that are there to hold them back for a positive reason. It's only things that are negatively holding them back, like in goodness, in connection to the spirit, the greater evolution, their consciousness that like would like, dominate them, like things like that, or steal from and their energy. And so it's like a chain, like things dominating them, some dominating us, which can be resolved. And this is more of a positive faction than the negative one is constantly trying to dominate us. And I don't read this faction doing that, so that's good. But I like to stay skeptical just in case, because it is confusing. But yeah, contact me and we'll go into that. That'll be interesting. And apparently that would be a big explosive expansion for you. Not many people have that opportunity to release that stuff. That would probably resolve like lifetimes worth of work, especially because they know the keys of it and what is involved in what's limiting our species. That's part of the genetic engineering of it. Okay, so Anchor Haven. I got another one for you. Okay, so did you say what you wanted? Okay, I'm just going to go into a reading for her. I don't know. Why do we have the Rome, Italy jump site as a keystone memory for me and my twin? Thank you for Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Okay, I'll look into what you're talking about. For me, okay, look into it. I'm kind of trying to understand your question. Jump site as a keystone memory. Okay, I'll look at that. Are you talking? Because are you talking about current day, or are you talking about back in time? It's telling me. It's telling me that like Italy, Rome, and the Vatican has like a big, vast network of resources, breakaway civilizations, time travel anchors back and forth in time, and they're mining resources to keep themselves in existence. They've gained a lot of technology, ET tech, underground bases, and like it's not it's them, but like something controlling them in like a hierarchy that compartmentalizes things. It was like run by underground factions, and they got a lot of resources, including a lot of rare shit, alien artifacts, technology, things from the past, things from the future. Really, uh, including jump gates, Stargate. Well, well, they pay for a lot of different things that end up in your, uh, you know, desk mission, whatever you want to go into. 3, 4, 5, and like anything else it's pointing to. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of things. Uh, Stargate stuff. What are they doing? Why? Well, I don't even know what to say about that. Okay. hmm your soul and spirit do. Um, how can I phrase this? Things I don't feel super comfortable about talking about to give away things about yourself, other than it's kind of like uh, when, if let's say a high level dimensional divinity or something comes to a world, what do they do? And they're interacting with a species. Do they just start interacting then and that's it? Nope, apparently not. Some will do some weird psionic stuff where parts of them go forward and backward in time and interact with the space and time of the planet and the race as if they've always been there, they've always been a part of it. they've earned connection and closeness and soul family with it, and then help manage it and make its timelines better, and then integrate and unify with them at a high level. So, and with the which that, sounds like it takes a lot of energy, which it does. So somehow you have a lot of energy to do that, and then you do that, and then you also have done that to interesting spaces barely anyone goes, with ET races that are rare coming in. There's apparently, like in Men in Black, like a ET hub of arrival and interaction and interacting and setting themselves up as a citizen of Earth under, bases close to the Vatican. So you're being called in for a race that you have done that thing I just mentioned with, and they don't trust anyone else. And so they are interacting with you because you have a connection with them at soul level that you're able to make very quickly with an interesting time and space divinity kind of equation chess move going on. Okay. Then there's another thing, which is there's rare consciousness. Ooh, am I allowed to talk about it? No. Okay. Yeah, come talk to me and I'll talk to that. I just got a little bit of shocked when I was about to bring that up. Can I talk about the other one? No. Can I talk about anything else? Okay, so there's layers of reality that is a little bit uncomfortable for people because they don't understand the grasp and scale and size of everything. And you've all probably heard like concepts in movies where when you hear the explanation from the elites on why they do things, it's like, why are you controlling and mind control and influencing the people and stuff? And I, of course, know, regardless of whatever knowledge I've gained from awareness of what they have to hold back, I don't think that it's reasonable, and I don't fall for the lesser evil for the greater good kind of thing. I do think there's a little bit of validity to it, but like that comes from the spectrum of knowing what they're dealing with. But the allowance of abuse to such a degree, I don't condone, and I think that's a lot of unnecessary suffering. Though I understand there's an equation going on with the amount of suffering needed on the planet to spur evolution. So there's why are the light allowing all this? And then you get into a greater sense of, okay, the suffering causes evolution and awareness and solving problems and evolving our species, and that prepares us for worse things we're going to face in the future and makes us ready for it. And then you get into the awareness of everything is in a divine perfection of what it needs to do, even negative stuff, because it is lessons for people to act and do and change themselves and make the world a better place, which is needed. So it's like all in this equation that you can then fall into harmony and acceptance and love and understanding of, which go as you expand into the wholeness and knowing. That being said, in the fractal thing, you're allowed, as the good forces, to stop, push back, change evil, because that makes it better, and that's also part of the lessons. That being said, though, you should also fall in love with the whole thing that it is, because it's interesting. But back to that. Anyway, there's like a world of it. When you want to watch movies that are endorsed by the military, it's like Godzilla. Oh, without, and then you in programs you without the military, all these bad things would happen. And cool that we have the military protecting. And without seeing those movies and propaganda, then you would be like, why the fuck we have this military and this military industrial complex that steals all our money and puts it to all these things, and they seem like they waste everything. And then you find out like toilet paper is $100. So there's waste, but there is also they are secretly preventing stuff. It's like, why would they secretly do it? If we knew, then we would fund them more. So then that goes into questions, but then also the maintaining of their control and not disclosure and keeping us kind of like this battery workforce, supplier of money thing that they don't want to upset the card of, which is part of the awakening equation, which is what evil is doing to try to control us. So, but it's all as part of this game, this that is ultimately allowed because the suffering and the evil gets someone in the face. Because if there was no drama, then you would get lazy and not evolve. So there's a lot of things to it. Anyway, so besides that, and I'm not condoning that, so you become the white knight and slay the dark dragon kind of thing, but there are things that the system is essentially a lesser evil for, and they do prevent really bad things from happening then that the public doesn't know about, and it's covered up, but now you know why. It doesn't condone their shit. It just lets you know this is more intricate. And there are things you're involved in there that have to do with that. And there are some missions and things you've been on in history having to do with preventing some really dark shit that are worse evil than the lesser evil that we have, which at least doesn't want to destroy the earth and completely kill off humanity, though they are allowing the depopulation thing. So that's that. So hope that helps. Let me know and hit me up about it, and we can do more sessions and stuff on that. That'll be fun. So hope you have a great day. I gotta go. I am way over time. So hope you guys have a wonderful night and enjoy everything. And smash that like, share this out with people. Comment below, show your love. Tell me if you really want me to see me do more of these, because I'm trying to see what people are more interested in. And hit me up for sessions if you want to go into memory retrieval, reading your SSP, or alien abduction, or visitation, or soul family, or your rare DNA, what you're here to do, more of the missions, some big things that can change your life, change the whole world. We go in big things that make everything better here. So let me know if you guys are interested in that stuff, and I can go deep into it. And it'll be fun. And hit me up. I'm at let's see here, PsionicLeague.com. You can reach me for sessions, clearings, healings, unlocking your dormant abilities, readings, SSP stuff, depossession, unlocking your abundance, which I've been going deep into some cool things that are just so beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm gonna go do it right after this. It just feels so good. And empower, turn on your vision, telepathy, psychic tracking, go into the earth game that barely anyone's doing, and get more people activated so they can make the whole place better and unfold the greater. And you can reach me for that. Also do clearing healings and stuff. and PsionicLeague@gmail.com if you want to contact me and go into other things like trip inquiry for a Mexican trip that's coming up, the alien artifacts that are coming out, and go into the deep secrets of what's coming out, like with the long skull that we have, which I can bring up again just for you guys. And it's glitching. Okay, there we go. And going into alien proofs and bringing out disclosure. And let's work together on that. Feel free to contact me if you want to trade, because I can lessen the session on this price too. If you want me to if it's okay with you to make it live as a teaching for people, and I also do trade for video editing support or clips, all that. And if you want to trade abilities or whatever, and you tell me what you do in your career, and maybe I can I need a guy that's good at that, and we can trade, support each other, and build a team that makes the timeline better. So feel free to contact me on that stuff at PsionicLeague@gmail.com. I want to help people. And if you want me for an interview for your show, invite me on at PsionicLeague@gmail.com, and I got conferences coming up. Brandon Nibbett's conference at January around 11th, and I believe Baltimore. It's like Cosmic Contact Conference, and Alien event in Los Angeles coming up, as well as it's at March 20th to 22nd, and you can go on my page for that, alienevent.com as well. I'll be doing some presentations there, and so as he said, things for advanced healing, like long life extension, I think is my presentation, as well as maybe some secret space program stuff, as well as artifacts. It might as well. Then, because it's gonna be fucking, because I've been kind of holding myself back on talking about this stuff, so might as well just go deep into the crazy info. And Rise of Guardians will be doing a conference coming up, and I'll be there in Sedona. And feel free to invite me if you also want me to speak at other conferences, or if you know conference speakers. If you get me synced up with them, I will give you lots of gifts and sessions and abilities and stuff. So thank you for any way you can support my work. I will give you lots of support as well. I'm very generous with them. There's that, or interviewers, or get me in touch with people, or word of mouth, connecting people to do sessions with me. Just tell me you did that, and tell them to tell me you did that, and then I'll do stuff for you in the contact. And I'm on Facebook, Sean Bond, Psionic League, Instagram, Psionic League, YouTube, Psionic Sean Bond X, as well as Sean Bond Psionic X. And so feel free to hit me up on that. Also, Psychic Dragon 9 at Twitch. Add me all those in case anything happens to my YouTube. I get nuked. And subscribe, share this out, more upgrades for people. And I think Carrie Hanlons gets the upgrade, so I'll go into some abundance upgrades for you. So hope you have a great night, everyone. Love you. See you later, and I'll hit you up also on new alien artifact upgrades, updates, and so also hit me up if you're interested in those, because there are tens of thousands being found. So they're looking for people that help the disclosure movement with them. And let me know if you're interested in that. Okay, so have a good night, everyone. See you later. Love you.